guys already know I have to include at least one Piston Cup Pitty in each Forlorn Favorite season. It's tradition, and honestly, it's fair. There are so many pitties still after this one that, in my opinion, are a little forgotten. You have Trunk Fresh's Pitty. I think Shirley Spin Out for No Stall's a little forgotten as well, but I decided to do Jerry Drivechain because Tankcoat really hasn't made much of an appearance on the channel lately, and it's one of my personal favorite sponsors. You just can't go wrong with pink because you never see it anywhere else. I love that they took that nice risk with the pink color. Everyone's like, oh, I don't like pink, only for girls. No, we like pink too. It's one of my favorite colors. So let's get down with it. Episode 5 of Season 3 of Forlorn Favorites. Let's get going. Jerry Drivechain. Now, it's odd that this one got a name because actually a lot of the pitties in 2009, especially the ones being released for the first time, did not get names. So that's Trunk Fresh, that's Easy Idol, and that is Vitaline. Now, there he is in the movie. He actually gets a pretty good look as McQueen is going down that alley to try and find Mac. So it's pretty cool, and maybe that's why he got a name, because he's right there for everyone to see. He is Eugene Carbureski's Pitty, just to, be clear. Maybe he still works for the team. Maybe he worked for Red Meeker and then now maybe Rich Mixon, but I kind of doubt it. But there he is with Eugene. We'll do a little bit more of a comparison later in the video. But obviously, let's start with his accessories as we always do with pitties. So here is his tool cart. It's got the nice Tankcoat logo on it. Soothes upset tanks. The text looks a little wonky there, but it gets the message across. You have the silver lining on the back, hollow on the inside, and stationary wheels. It's funny how these tool carts have not changed, and it's been like 11 years. It's pretty wild. Actually, they first came out in 2008. So 13 years. Wow. Oops. Now here we have a very nice tire stack because they actually got everything right. The color, they add the light year text. It's the right size. As you can see there, it's a little off. Like, it's not the perfect color, pink, but I will definitely take it. Very nice. And it's got the typical hole, as all tire stacks do, so you can realistically stab your pitty's fork through it. And, go ahead and give it to Eugene Carbureski. Like, here's your tire, man. I hope you win the race with this thing that I just penetrated. All right. Getting on with Jerry here. He's got a pretty cool expression. I don't think any other pitty has this expression, which just makes him all the much cooler, because you guys know how I love when things are unique. You can see his mouth kind of under the forklifts there, but it is on a mouth plate, which kind of stinks, but doesn't look too bad. It looks like mine has a little chip right there, but it is like 11 years old, so give me a break. It's 12 years old, actually. Check out the base here. 2678 EA, so that means it was made on the 267th day of 2008, and then probably released toward the beginning of 2009. I have a pretty good memory over the last few years, but when I was just 8 years old, I don't remember if he was released, in March or July or September. But based on that, since he was made, kind of like 75% of the way through 2008, the prior year, I would assume it came out around March or so, but could be entirely wrong as well. I remember probably going back to 2011, like when generally things came out, and 2010 a little bit as well. But before that, not really. I was way too young. Anyway, getting back to the car, or the pitty, the forklift. You have the typical Tankcoat logos on his sides. I love the white wheels that he has. It just provides such a nice contrast. And there you have it. That is pretty much it for Mr. Jerry Drivechain. I really am surprised that none of these pitties got re-released from 2008 when they did so many of them. Actually, it was 2009, my bad. So many years, so many things to keep track of. But like I said, Vitaline Pitty, you had Trunk Fresh Pitty, Easy Idle Pitty, and this guy, and they never got re-released. And you guys know they were also supposed to do N2O Cola's Pitty and Mood Springs Pitty, and yet unfortunately those were canceled. So maybe in the future we'll get some more of these. Maybe they'll make new pitties like they did in 2019 with Bryn Imager and Mike Stockcar. And who was the other one? Oh, Megan Shifter, of course. That was at the end of 2018. So I don't know. Mattel is unpredictable. You just never know what's in store with them. But let's pull up some other Tank Coat team members here. Of course, you have Eugene Carbureski. I think they look phenomenal together because Eugene is a little more lighter. He's got that white two-tone to him, and so when you have just like this pure concentrated pink pitty, it really looks cool together. It's kind of like the color of the rims and the spoiler. That's really what matches Jerry here. And yes, this is a Motor Speedway of the South tank coat. I've been using these. I've been using MSS racers in most of my videos when I need it to show a piston cup racer because it is the most accessible to me. Easy to get out of the display. Now here you have the very similar Red Meeker from Cars 3. So maybe Jerry Drivechain also worked for him because a lot of the piston cup pitties, you know, they look similar to the Cars 3 piston cup pitties, but you know, when you switched over to the next gens like Rich Mixon here, the pitties also changed and they look a little bit more slimmed down. They don't have all this baggage, as I like to call it, air vents or whatever they are. But yeah, they all look great together. Like the color scheme stayed pretty much the same, you know, pink and white, whereas with some of the sponsors like, I don't know, Rev and Go and Final Toupe, things changed drastically. But that's why Tank Coat is one of my favorite sponsors of all time. And you guys are probably wondering what those two things in the back there, especially that one on the left, and I will answer you guys. First with this one though. This is of course just a factory custom crew chief or pickup truck of Tank Coat, and I don't know why they decided to do him in white instead of pink, but again, it actually makes for a really nice contrast, and hopefully one day I'll be able to get a custom hauler for Tank Coat, but currently my team is kind of small. Now this is actually, believe it or not, one of my favorite things that I got in 2021. It's one of my favorite possessions actually of all time because it's this very, very rare factory custom Red Meeker on Cal Weathers body, but it is done perfectly. Like the customizers, whoever did it, you know, over in the factory, whoever decided, I don't know. I really don't know how this happened. I think it was more of like a mistake. Like they are trying, because they did so many factory customs of Red. Like you guys know that if you see a Red Meeker with black rims, that's a factory custom. And probably in the process of doing those, they accidentally slipped some of the Cal Weathers body models through the conveyor belt and popped out these guys. And actually, it looks really good. Like, looks really, really good. But you could see that it is a factory custom. Look at that children's toy car. I've actually never seen that before. Engraved on the base. Wow. Children's toy car. I like that. No, it's not. It's an adult toy car too. Alright. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this review of Jerry Drivechain. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are enjoying Season 3 of Forlorn Favorites so far. It's been a lot of fun to record, as it always is. And yeah, I will see you guys next week for... Wow, are we already on episode 6 now? I'm recording these all at once, so it's kind of blurring together. But I will see you guys then. Bye now.